This is KGW News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Folkers. We start tonight with growing concern over our winter storm forecast. City, county, and state leaders have all declared a state of emergency ahead of expected snow and freezing temperatures. Catherine Cook has a look at the warnings and how people are getting ready.
Certainly crews with ODOT up here on Sylvan Hill and beyond will be busy in the coming days, making sure roads are drivable. Of course, the ask is that folks stay home if and when things get bad. That might mean adjusting holiday plans. For folks we spoke with today, it meant getting ready now.
I saw the weather that the snow is coming.
In the hills of northwest Portland, the urban snow preps have begun.
Just get ready, get enough food in case.
For those new to the Northwest, we know there's so much more snow in fill in the blank, where they do fill in the blank to their roads. But guess what? You're here now. And storms here can be debilitating.
I want snow as long as I don't have to go driving in it. Too many people that don't know how to drive in the snow, I just soon avoid them.
It could be days before we could get down the hill, so we need to be prepared to sit tight for a couple days.
That means stocking up on groceries.
And probably have some chocolate around too.
And if you depend on electricity, you might want to think of a backup plan. PGE says this storm could mean power outages, so have enough flashlights, batteries, food, and water to last you a few days. On Thursday, Governor Kate Brown declared a state of emergency through January 3rd. With severe weather expected across the state, her office noted there could be disruptions to power and communications and critical transportation failures. AAA says 1.5 million Oregonians were expected to travel this holiday weekend, 92% on the road.
So our advice to folks is make sure you're prepared before you get in the car and head out on slick roads.
The city and county also declared states of emergency. Leaders noted people living on the streets may be in serious danger. Starting Christmas Day, the city will open 5 warming shelters when temperatures dip below freezing. Meanwhile, the shopping continues, as does the advice, with one notable suggestion.
Stay home and enjoy the holiday.
In Northwest Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Meteorologist Chris McGinnis has been tracking the storms all day for us. So, Chris, what are you seeing as we head into the holidays this weekend?
Well, for starters, we have active winter storm warnings I want to let folks know about. If you're considering traveling to or from the beach or heading into the Cascades or heading over to Central Oregon, you've got to travel through this. That pink represents a winter storm warning for the higher terrain. That is starting tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So Christmas Eve is going to be a messy, dangerous travel time through the Cascades and over the coastal passes because of heavy accumulating snow. Beyond that, that's when the air gets colder. We get a second shot of moisture that then brings in the potential for valley snow and snow up and down the I-5 corridor and parts of the coast included in this winter storm watch, which starts Saturday afternoon and runs through early Monday morning. So I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek here at our snow levels. I think tomorrow we're looking at 1,000 to 1,500 foot snow levels. The snow levels will lower during the day, and by Friday night we're teetering with maybe some wet snowflakes in the West Hills, and that could be as early as Christmas morning. But here's the deal. I don't have temperatures in the metro area and even in the West Hills getting below freezing overnight tomorrow night. So we're not going to be waking up to a wet or I should say a white Christmas here in the Portland metro area. But during the day Saturday, the air gets a little colder. We'll have wet flakes in the air, and the snow level will be generally between 500 and 1,000 feet. Saturday night, I think, is then when the valley snow threat comes in. I'll give you just the big board here with the snowfall projections. This is our graph model that runs basically through Sunday. Yeah, I mean, there's huge totals in the Cascades and in the Coast Range, but let's throw some numbers on this now. A lot of data to look at, but you can see that a lot of the I-5 corridor here is looking at maybe 2, 3, 4 inches of snow. Sweet Home, maybe 5 inches, 2 inches in Portland, close to, well, 4.5, 5 inches up towards Castle Rock. These numbers could move around a little bit, but right now this is what we're thinking for the Willamette Valley, and the lion's share of this would be late Saturday night and Sunday for the lowest elevation snow. Meanwhile, it really piles up in the Coast Range and in the Cascades. Your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. And when that icy winter weather hits, it's best to stay off the roads, but not everyone has the choice to stay home. So here are some tips from AAA. The first thing that you should be checking is your vehicle's battery. Most of them have a lifespan of about 3 years, so think about it. If it's been a while since it was replaced, it might not start in colder weather. Also, make sure that you have the right tires or chains or tire socks with you. And be sure to know how to handle the snow and ice before you get behind the wheel. Don't drive too fast or brake at the last minute. You should also have an emergency kit with you in your car with water and snacks. AAA suggests checking fluid levels, making sure all of your lights are working, and checking the windshield wipers are working. Check that fluid too. Well, we'll be here to help you out through the snow and the cold over the entire next week, on air and online. You can stay up to date with the latest on conditions and even check out live radar by downloading our KGW News app. Local healthcare systems are bracing for a COVID surge. The Omicron variant has sent cases up nationwide. Early research shows Omicron cases may be less severe than Delta. However, Legacy Health predicts increased infection rates and hospitalizations. It's especially serious for those still unvaccinated or immunocompromised. Dr. Keisha Kelly says they believe there will be a 3-week window before the surge begins. They're urging people to take caution around the holidays with vaccinations, boosters, masks, and smaller gatherings.
I will say this: we are planning for the worst and hoping for the best. And we want to make sure that, we want to keep our staff healthy, we want our communities to be healthy. And, and absolutely, we want to make sure that we have beds that are available for those patients who really need it.
Dr. Kelly says they're hoping to minimize the strain on our frontline workers who are still taxed and recovering from the Delta surge that we saw this past summer and fall. In Washington, hospital capacity is the biggest concern for state health officials. Even though the number of people being treated for COVID in Washington hospitals is trending downward, there are still more than 550 COVID patients hospitalized right now.
We really do not currently have the capacity within our facilities to accommodate a large surge, as we just came through with the Delta surge. At that point in time, we had over 1,700 patients in our hospitals. That would be adding on, you can imagine, 1,100 additional patients to Washington State hospitals from where we are currently.
Some hospitals are operating at more than 100% capacity. The average, though, isn't far off at 98%. The Omicron variant is having a ripple effect on holiday air travel. Several airlines canceled hundreds of flights on Christmas Eve. Delta Airlines says the Omicron variant and potentially severe weather forced them to cancel 90 flights tomorrow. It tried to substitute crews and aircraft to overcome the issues, but the airline says it was just impossible. Alaska Airlines canceled 17 flights tomorrow and said more cancellations were possible. Meanwhile, United Airlines says that they've canceled about 120 flights for tomorrow. In a statement released to KGW, a United spokesperson said, quote, "We're sorry for the disruption and are working hard to rebook as many people as possible and get them on their way for the holidays." The Oregon Health Authority is opening 4 new large vaccination centers to encourage people to get vaccinated and get those booster shots. Spirit Mountain Casino in Grand Ronde is one of the sites. It will start giving shots January 15th. There's also one at the Florence Events Center on the coast, the Roseburg Public Library, and Pony Village Mall in North Bend. All of these sites will offer Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. The latest person killed in Portland's record year of shootings is a homeless man in North Portland. Police say the shooting happened around 10 this morning on North Vancouver Avenue and North Farragut Street. Officers found the man dead inside a tent. They believe the shooter took off in a car before police got there. A Marion County family needs your help tonight to find their loved one who vanished under unusual circumstances. Ezra Mayhew is 17 years old and from the Silverton area. Ezra's mom dropped him off at his morning shift at the Oregon Garden Resort in Silverton October 15th. Later that day, he texted his parents to tell them that he was working a double, but when they went to pick him up, Ezra was gone. Family and law enforcement started poking around, and they determined Ezra was actually caught up in a catfishing scheme. Catfishing, by the way, is a form of online deception that involves using a fake identity to lure someone into a relationship with the goal of getting money or maybe private information. Ezra's family wants nothing more than to have him home for the holidays.
When we have dinner and we're sitting at the table and there's somebody missing, it's like the fourth wheel on the car. It's not a good feeling. And last 2 months has been really the hardest thing me and my wife have gone through in our whole lives.
So take another look at Ezra Mayhew. If you have any information about his disappearance, you're urged to contact the Marion County Sheriff's Office. We also have more information online where you can get in touch with police. Meanwhile, police in Sandy are asking for your help to track down a missing teen. They're asking if you've seen this person, 16-year-old Caleb Sina. The teen left home on foot 11 days ago and hasn't returned. Sina is 5'7" and weighs about 120 pounds. It's not known what kind of clothing he may have been wearing at the time. If you do see him, you're asked to call 911 immediately. Police ask if you know where Sina is, contact the Clackamas County non-emergency line. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help to identify the person accused of inappropriately touching a teen. Take a look at this picture. According to the Sheriff's Office, the man allegedly touched a 15-year-old on a TriMet bus line 72 near Northeast 82nd before that Cully and Killingsworth stop. The suspect is in his 20s or 30s, around 5'1", an average build with brown eyes and black hair. If you recognize this person, you're asked to contact the Transit Police Division.